Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Brian Clark, here with Casey Fodish. She's the Communications and Brand Manager focused on connecting brands with audiences. You know, H&M was actually started in 1947 and grew throughout the 20th century up until, really the pandemic was the first year it saw a decrease in revenue. 2019, the company saw 25 billion in revenue and 1.5 billion in net income. As you can see by our little map here, it is growing throughout, especially the northern hemisphere, throughout Asia, North America especially. And through the years, there's been a steady increase in their sales, up until the pandemic, when 58 stores had to close at the end of 2020. Following, a lot of their growth, they have had a few stumbling blocks along the way, especially more recently with this young boy in the green hoodie. A lot of outcry from the public as far as this specific boy wearing this hoodie. One of the issues, obviously, was why was this not caught? It should have been caught. Why wasn't it, etc. Part of the issue was one person, did flag it for, out of concern. They were uncomfortable with it, and for whatever reason, that was not heard or listened to. And fortunately, H&M has taken some steps to make some differences, some changes, along how things are, I guess, flagged. So now anyone can flag it along the creation process. Along with that, there are 5 people doing the final quality check as opposed to one person who used to do it. And so all in all, they did lose some endorsement deals with that. And so it has hurt the company, relatively speaking. More recently, there's been some calls to boycott H&M in China, especially. So 20% of the world's cotton is sourced out of Xinjiang, and 85% of China's cotton is actually sourced out of that region. And one way or another, there's been reports that they're using forced labor to pick their cotton. And so H&M has decided to withdraw from using cotton from that region. And, subsequently, the Chinese people have decided to not shop at H&M, at least to a degree. And so some of that is why we're here today, and kind of talk about how to alleviate and to move beyond this and better the company, stepping forward. So here's Casey to talk about some of those solutions.
Thanks, Brian. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We've put together 3 solutions that we think can help H&M really win back the Chinese market and set H&M up for future success. So the first solution I want to get into is about changing the conversation. Consumers are increasingly embracing social causes, and they want brands that really align with their values. 57% of consumers are willing to change their purchasing habits to help reduce negative environmental impact. And 80% of consumers indicate that sustainability is important to them. Instead of giving people a reason to not buy H&M, such as through this cotton really crisis, let's give consumers a reason to buy H&M through focusing on sustainability. H&M already has a subdued interest in sustainability. Let's amplify that focus and make it the point of conversation. A second solution is to show appreciation for Chinese culture. Young Chinese people who are H&M's target market are increasingly patriotic and socially progressive. 96% of Chinese youth possess a high level of national identity, saying they often feel proud of China's accomplishments. But Chinese people feel like they have experienced a blow to their country's pride with this cotton crisis, and we need to show our support. One way to do this is through partnering with influential Chinese artists and designers to build trust and show that we really are on the same page and on the same side. Philip Lin is a Chinese fashion designer, and he produces his label in China. He's an advocate of his home, and he's known for trying to change the perception of clothing in China, because people really believe that it's kind of cheap or not well made, and he's an advocate against that. Wayne Guyani is a graphic artist. his work is seen in the bottom right corner. And he's widely recognized for his narratives that combine heroic images of China's past with modern day brands. He isn't shy to addressing Chinese political issues, and he's known to be an advocate in China. Let's win back customers through showcasing Chinese voices and partnering with Chinese influencers. People want to support China, and they can do so through supporting H&M. A third option is to increase trust and accountability through a supply chain audit. Trust and accountability in brands is one of the long-term drivers of repeat long-term customer loyalty. One way to increase trust is to be transparent and honest with how H&M conducts its business. Let's audit H&M's whole supply chain and turn the attention away from China alone. This graph highlights the importance of trust in brands and how much consumers research to make sure that brands are really living up to their promises. H&M's target market of young customers, seen there in Gen Z and millennials, they really want to trust brands, and they're going to do the research. Young consumers care about sustainability and traceability. Let's set up a committee to monitor supply chain and include external partners to maintain credibility. Let's improve working conditions for workers, increase pay, ensure safe working conditions, and really separate ourselves from other fast fashion brands. Over 70% of consumers would pay a premium of 35% for brands that are sustainably and environmentally responsible. We can make up for these costs of the committee and the improved working conditions through charging higher prices. Through a focus on sustainability, highlighting Chinese culture, and honesty and accountability, we can win back the Chinese market while appealing to H&M's wider customer base. It may take some time, but while we work on winning the market back, we will build up our brand and prepare for the future and evolving customer needs. Thank you.